Hey guys, Rachel with mrnolasglitter here. It's been a few minutes, right? Well, today I am coming to you with a really cool tutorial. If you are a part of our Facebook group, you may have seen me battle with this tie-dye cup, and one of our members gave me some tips and tricks. So I, in turn, am going to give you some tips and tricks in addition to introducing you to a new product that we have in our store today. So I am going to let some people know that we are here. Okay, cool. Some of you guys are hopping on. This is kind of like a sneak video. I didn't tell anybody because I got so tied up. But let's see. Let me tell some people. I'm on YouTube. All right. Hi there. How's everybody doing? Hey, I hope y'all are hanging in there and, doing some things and getting ready for craziness. If it's not one thing, it's another. We're down here in Louisiana. We are keeping an eye on, not only do we have to worry about COVID, which we're still keeping very close eye on. Our parish has the most confirmed cases. We stay with the most confirmed cases, so it's a little scary for us. But we have some other things going on as well in our personal. And now there is a hurricane that we have to prepare for. So always fun stuff down here in Louisiana. But hello to everybody that is joining us for the first time. Welcome. We do some things kind of crazy here, or not crazy. We fly by the seat of our pants. We make a lot of mistakes. And then sometimes, most of the time, we end up with something kind of cool. But we learn with each other on the way, So I'm so glad that you guys are here. So first things first, I want to introduce you to a couple new products. So you guys know our love of Marabu. Marabu products have our hearts here at Mrnolasglitter. We have been able to work with them in the past year and create some really cool stuff. So these markers, when they mentioned them to me, I was like, meh. We have some alcohol ink markers, whatever. Then they gave me the alcohol ink markers, and I'm like, holy moly. These alcohol ink markers we'll have two sets. This is a set of 12. Yeah, 12. And then we have a set of 2. We have 2 different sets. So I have played with a lot of alcohol ink markers before. I like to do most of my wood grain cups with alcohol ink markers. I like to art with alcohol ink markers. These alcohol ink markers, for short of a better term, they're super juicy. So there is a hurricane coming. So these are, I say they're super juicy, meaning you can use them a long time and the ink still flows a very long time, and they blend beautifully together. So after I got to use them, I was like, those are a little bit better than some of the ones that we previously carried or that I personally have used. I've used a lot of alcohol ink markers in my time. So these are the 2 that we have that we've added to the site. This is the 12-pack. Mr. Nola is going to come and give me prices on them, but we will also have them linked in the description below when we're done with our live. Hi, Jerry. And then this is the 6-pack. So for this cup, this tie-dyed cup, I used the 12-pack. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to get this technique. It's a little bit of work, but it's not like work that's hard work. It's kind of relaxing. I did it in front of the TV, so it's super easy. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that too.
The 12-pack retails for $34.99, and we have them for $29.99.
So these are $29.99, normally $34.99 for the 12-pack. And I'm going to go, these are the colors that you get. I'm going to go over the colors and show you the colors. And then the 6-pack, which is a starter set.
They retail for $17.99. And we have them for $15.99.
Retail for $17.99, and we have them for $15.99. Nancy, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still fighting. I have swollen eyes. Our house is still demolished. So we are living in one room in our house while they've ripped all the walls and everything out of our house. So, yeah. So, yes. Well, yes, there you go. Cool. Thank you. All right, so I'll go over the colors for you. So we have the 12 pack here, and then we'll get into the tutorial. The 12 pack comes with carbon black, cool gray, burnt umber, phthalo green, light green, blue ultramarine, Crillian blue, brilliant violet, permanent pink, cadmium red, brilliant orange, and primary yellow. So this is all, if you see right here, this is all of the color. This is the whole rainbow. So you guys know me, rainbows. This is my favorite set right here. Hey, Dorley. This set, the 6-pack set, comes with a lot of the good colors as well. So this one comes with carbon black, light green, primary cyan, primary magenta, vermilion, and primary yellow. So this is a primary. This is basically like a primary pack. All right. All right. So with that being said, we are going to, this is my set, not in the box. So I'm going to show you the colors that I used on here. So first one I used was the pink. The only thing I don't like about these is, unless I have not seen it, they don't list the color on the marker. So there is a UPC code on it, and it has the number, the color number, but it doesn't have the color, what the color is. So so that's the only downside that I see to these markers as now. So we're going to use the pink one. So I've used pink. I used the purple. We're going to use this light blue, the light blue in there. We're going to use the orange, the yellow, and I think it was this red, orange, yellow, whoops, green, blue, indigo. So I took out the indigo and put in the pink. So these are the colors that we're going to use. These ones right here. Okay? Looks very rainbow to me. What you think? No, the only thing on the cap is the number. So it's not even the name on the cap. So you can find the corresponding number on your box, but it doesn't have it written anywhere on the marker. So I just found that kind of weird. But I mean, if you're looking, you need the green, you need the green, you need the pink, you need the pink. So I think that's okay, right? So this was a ginormous cup. We're not going to do one so ginormous. I mean, just a little ginormous. So this is a 32 something from Steel Magnolia that she just came out with that makes it into a Hydro Sport. Okay, yeah. So this is just a regular skinny 30, no brand, just a skinny 30. I have sprayed. This was sanded, primed, spray painted with white spray paint. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to start with my pink. Okay, I'm going to fold you down. Hi y'all. All right, so I am going to, hi Kathy. I'm going to point you down. Let's see, I might have to get you here so you can see. I'm going to scoot you up because I want to lay this cup down a little bit. So we're going to go on a little ride. Hey, getting all up personal. All right, let's see. There we go. You might be able to see a little better. Just ignore. I keep paper on my little mat down here so I can rip it off because I try to keep it. Here we go. So maybe you guys can see this. These are the colors, again, that I'm going to use. All the colors of the rainbow. I'm going to start with, let me see. Let me make sure these are the colors that I used. Pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, blue, green, orange, yellow. All right, so I did not use this red one, okay? So these are the colors that I used. We're gonna stick with that. Thank you, Rhonda. One of our new employees. Well, she was my shirt maker first, and she just recently started working with us. Made it for me. So yeah. So these are the pens that we're using today. We're using the Marabu. They're brand new Marabu sketch markers. They're alcohol ink markers. They're super juicy, super vibrant, and I love them a lot. All right, so I am going to use the fine point. So these markers are, another cool thing about them is they're dual tipped. So if you want a broader stroke, or if you're coloring or doing something that requires like a broader stroke, you have that end, or you have the fine tip like this. So I'll be using this side, the fine tip. So what I'm going to do is, and I always put my end down here just so you can find it. So I'm going to pretty much eyeball the center of my cup. There are tons of ways to do this, and I think a lot of people have done it different ways. Let me make sure I'm in frame. This is just the way that I did it. So this is not the be all end all. This is just the way I did it, and if you can pick up some tips doing it this way, cool. If you have another way that's easier for you, by all means do it that way. So this is just the way that I'm doing it. So I'm just going to start here. I'm just going to swirl it out. Don't worry if it's not perfect. I'm going to pretend like that goes up, and then it's going to come back this way. So then on the back side, it's going to touch like it is here. So that's why I ended it like that. All right. So that's pretty simple, right? Jessica, I'm not sure, but we'll find out. So this is what this cup is going to consist of. Squiggly lines. All right. So I'm going to start here. I'm not going to be too big, and I am just going to squiggle these lines. It looks like a mess. It's going to look like a mess. You don't have to worry about it being all filled in, because when you get all your colors laid out, you're going to go back and you're going to blend it with some alcohol, and it's going to give it that blown out, blended tie-dye look. Okay. They dry super fast, but you can see just by using the fine tip how dark and how dark and really vibrant and super pigmented and juicy. I keep saying juicy. I know that's a weird analogy, but if you've ever used alcohol ink markers, you know what I'm talking about when I say juicy. So you can do whatever little squigglies. You notice my squigglies all look different, but that's the cool thing about tie-dye. Tie-dye is very organic. It's a lot of the times it's not even in a circle. Sometimes it's more than one circle. I have tried this technique with several different kinds of mediums. Let's see. I might even have. Oh yeah. I tried it with look at this. This is horrible. This was acrylic inks that I'd used with that. So this medium is the one that I have had the best luck with. The other one was not so much. So don't worry about this line because you're going to squiggle over it. You're going to blend over it when you start blending with the alcohol. And you're not even going to use a lot of alcohol when you do this. Okay? And you're just going to, you can do this while watching TV. Super easy. You can listen to a book on tape. Whatever you have to do. You can try this. Jennifer, you don't need a stencil for that. You can try this on something that is not super, like you can try it on an old cup. Spray paint any kind of cup. Then you're just going to follow it all the way around. So it is a little time consuming. So we won't finish this whole cup on this video. But we will do a few colors so I can show you how to blend them out. And then, so then you can go on and do, you can finish it the way, you can go ahead and finish yours. Kristen, I did not. Can you believe that? I have been reading a lot of people, they're like, I don't seal my inks, I don't do this, I don't do that. And so I took a chance and I did not, y'all want to lay this down here, y'all want to leave this here so y'all can look at it as I'm working. I took a chance this time and did not seal, and it was perfect. It didn't bleed, it didn't run. I just let it sit overnight before I put the epoxy on it, and it was good. Oh, can you see me? So this is a little time consuming, of course. No, these are alcohol ink markers. These are actually the new sketch markers from Marabu that just came out. We just got them in. All right. And then we'll do, it's going to be on this side. So it's basically just scribbling, squiggly lines. Everybody can do a squiggly line. You could do them tight, you could do them far apart. It doesn't matter because everything is going to be different when you blend it out with the alcohol. Now the only thing is I did not do my bottom on the other one. If you want to continue it to the bottom, by all means you can. I just chose not to. Okay. Again, these are the alcohol ink markers that we're using today. We're using these. You can get these on our website or any of your other retailers. I'm not sure where they are today, but today you can get them at mrnolasglitter.com. All right. So, now if you noticed, I went from pink to purple because pink and purple, when you blend them together, it's all about the colors that blend together. So if you see here, the pink and the purple blend really good together. So then my next color, I'm going to go with the purple. I'm going to go back to, let's see, maybe I can put it, yep, pretty much right there. And then I'm going to do, so if you see, my line is here. I'm going to go on the top of that, on the top of this squiggle line. Thank you, Carrie. And then you're gonna just follow your same squiggle all the way around, just like you did the pink. The pink is a little bit bigger because it was my start. You can make it a little smaller if you want to. You don't necessarily have to lap them, overlap them. Can you guys see that? Right now, because when you blend it with the alcohol, it'll blend together. And just, I mean, it seems, it's tedious, I guess, maybe, and it's not really. It's just a little time consuming. It's not like it's like a hard design. It was hard before I could figure it out. It was going to be the death of me. Oops. Oh, Brittany, that'll be something good. Oh, I just wrote on my cup. Son of a. Oops. Oh, good thing it's already epoxy. Sorry, I'm sorry. I marked my other cup. As you can see, this one is just as juicy as the pink one. I love it so much. I love that there's a lot of ink in it, and it does what I want it to do without having to put the cap on it, let it rest. Some of the other alcohol ink markers I've had in the past, the ink flow in them are not as good as this. Ink flow, is that a thing? I don't know if the technical term, ink flow. Of course, if you wanted to do this with just a few colors, you could totally do it with however many or few colors that you wanted. I'm a sucker for a rainbow. We all know this. So any chance that I have to put rainbow anything on a design, that's where I'm at. Most of you guys know that most of my YouTube videos have a rainbow in it. Why pick colors when you can have them all? That's my motto. Why pick a few? I want them all. Right? You might get squiggler's cramps, yes. You can definitely get squiggler's cramps. But as you can tell, there's no, I mean, it's just squiggles. It's not like you have to be an artist, anything like that. It's just squiggles. You can do it as fast or slow as you want. You're just filling in as much as you can. Don't worry. See, if you have some white space like that, don't worry. You're going to fix all that. I had the same thing on, oops, on this cup, but you can't even tell. Alright, and then same thing on this one. If you want to go to on the bottom of your cup, you can. I left mine white. But you can make sure, you can go and make sure that you can go down to the end and make the design carry down. Just imagine where your tie-dye would be at the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect because, again, it's tie-dye. Whoa, everything's rolling. So there is our purple squiggles, okay? So the next color that I used here is blue, because you see that blue and purple blend together. So I'm going to do my blue. And then right on top of that purple. Sorry. I should have turned my phone off. So if you want big squiggles, you can do big squiggles. You want small squiggles, you can do small squiggles. If you're doing, I just want to make sure I can try to fit all of my colors together on here, and some of them I will run out of room, I can tell right now, but that's okay. Yeah, it is super, it dries super fast. So for them being so juicy, they do dry super fast. And then that way you don't have to worry about them running or smudging them when you're holding it, trying to lay it down. So, just gonna move this to this. So this is kind of boring to watch, maybe, I don't know. It's not like super exciting. It's not like technique I'm showing you. I'm just showing you how to squiggle, or how I squiggle anyway. Oh, that sounds like they're having a party out there in that store. Party over here, party over there. Nope, not sticky at all. This is not sticky whatsoever. Which is another reason why I love them. Alrighty. I love this design because for just like tie-dye, and there's many ways to achieve tie-dye in your clothing or stuff like that, there's just as many ways to achieve tie-dye on a tumbler. People have been using markers, they've been using acrylic paints. I think I seen someone use epoxy and mica, which was mind-blowing, which was kind of cool. So there's so many different ways. I tell you guys all the time that watching tutorials and how-tos and stuff, how to do things, is not like the Bible on how to create art or how to create your cup. It is just it's like a roadmap, basically, like just a suggestion video. This is what works for me. You might find a different medium works a lot better for you, and that's totally fine, as long as you like it and your customers like it, and that's all that matters. So whichever way you pick to do your art is the right way. So again, for people that are just jumping on, these are the markers that we're using. They're Marabu's new graphic sketch markers, which are alcohol ink markers. You can pick them up at mrnolasglitter.com. All right, so now we did the blue. So now we're going to move on to green. All right, we're going to put that green right on top of the blue. Now if you see here, I'm going to start running out of room in the center, which is totally fine, which I did here as well. As you can see here, I had to stop using the center and I had to go to the end. I had to pick up right here. It's fine. No one's going to notice this. If you see you have a lot of room here and you want to make your squiggles longer, by all means, squiggle longer. Folks, squiggle longer. You got some loopies here. Make them loop. They are called, I don't know. Type in markers and you should be able to bring them up. They'll be the ones in the black packages. We have some other markers that we have on our website that I use. There is a they come in a few different sets. I use the brown or the natural color set to do all of my wood grains. But you're going to look for the ones that are in a black package, which are these Marabus. Or just type in Marabu. These are Marabu's new sketch markers. They're alcohol ink markers. Oops, let me turn it back this way. I got a better chance. So this is what I'll put this over here. Maybe you guys can. These are the markers that we're using. How about that? You can pick them up at mrnolasglitter.com, mrnolasglitter.com. I think some other retailers, of course, will have them, but we would love to have you shop at our website. If you are just first time watching us, and we would love for you to subscribe to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe so you can see our next video that we add. If you have not already, come join us over on our Facebook group. We have a pretty amazing group over there. We have close to 40,000 members, and there are some super mega talented people in that group. We have we also are on Instagram, which we post regularly over there. So whichever way, whatever social media floats your boat, you can find Mr. Nola's on. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Whatever floats your boat, Shaw. All right. So this is going pretty fast, I think. What do y'all think? Can y'all see? Making sure I'm still in frame. It's just squiggles, squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. It's just a bunch of squiggles. Sounds like we got a delivery in the back. And just blending that in. All right, now we are going on to the next color. So if you can see here, after I've used green, I used yellow. So we're gonna slide on into the yellow, and then we'll just have orange to do, and I think we'll be finished, and I can show you guys how to blend it out. Let me make sure. Yep. So my yellow is gonna touch through here. That's okay. Because my spots are small through here. But again, this is tie-dye. Tie-dye is not perfect. I'm trying not to run into this green with this yellow. That's the only color that it kind of Of course, they blend together beautifully, but I really want more of the yellow than green. We have orange, and we will be done after we get this. Jerry, no, I think maybe perhaps this week we should have the final pieces, and then we can start the huge task of breaking it all down and dividing it up. So we will hopefully, by the end of next week, we should know when the boxes will be mailed out for sure. I have a few more pieces from a couple local crafters that I need to get. There is a couple things from a few other glitter suppliers that we were going to get. I need to touch base with those ladies to make sure we were still on for their contribution. And then once the bags go out, we should have a date for, we'll have 2 dates for virtual GlitterCon. Can y'all see? Are y'all still seeing? Bam. Awesome. So you're going to love these markers for more than just this. I love coloring with alcohol ink markers. They're fun to doodle on Yupo paper with too. All right, so we have one more color. Oops, sorry, I'm following all the way around. Almost lost my place. I was like, oh no, I messed up. And then right here. Oh, and here. I mean, it looks like a hot mess right now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't let my 2-year-old play with these. These could be, you could get her like dollar store ones. These are gonna be ones for mama for sure. So now my last color is my orange. So I am going to try to blend from my orange and my pink to my yellow. I'm gonna miss some spaces here. I'm just gonna add just a little bit, just so I can say I'm adding some in there, even though those spaces are small. So if you see this line right here and you don't want this line, just take your marker. It'll go away when you blend it, but if you want to, if it's bothering you like it bothers me, just run over it with your last color. Or like when I got over here, I actually went over it with the pink instead. Here again, still kind of skinny through here. I'm just going to make sure I lay just a little bit down so when it blends, there'll be a touch of that through there. See, coming together, y'all. It's less of a hot mess, more of a tie-dye. Still not perfect. Still kind of rough around the edges, if you will. But we're going to fix that when we blend it with the regular alcohol. Let me flip this around. Figure out which way I'm going here. Just a squiggling. Just a squiggling. Just about done. So this one will be kind of wide through here too. Well, they're being loud out there in that store, aren't they? They are being loud out there. Let's see. All right. So this is just about filling in. These are some bigger squigglers. If you wanted to do your lines a little longer so you won't have all this orange, by all means, that's why it's art. But I was scared it was going to be, I wasn't going to have enough room, and now I have a little bit of room. I have maybe too much room. But again, I don't care. I think it's still going to look fantastic. Almost done squiggling. There we go. So, and then we have these little spots here. Let's do my little orange in here, a little orange in here, and then I'll go back with the first color and I'll show you guys how I did it on the other one as well. Little orange. So if you see, oops, see on here, same thing. I have like this little V and I just filled it in with whatever color. So I'll go back to the pink and do my last little blend like it's starting all over. And there you have it. All right, so you're like, okay, yay, it looks like something, right? Not too shabby, not too long. It hasn't taken very long. Okay, hadn't taken long at all, right? So I have some rubbing alcohol in this little cup. I can't remember for the life of me what brush I used. I'm pretty sure it was something along these lines. All right, but you are not going to use a lot of alcohol because you don't want it to run, right? All right, so I'll move this out of the way for now because I want you guys to see what I'm doing and how much I'm not using. Let me see. I got a little hole right there. I want to, wrong end. I want to bring this yellow all the way in there. There we go. All right. So I'm going to take this alcohol. I think you can see it. I'm going to dip my brush and I'm going to wipe most of it off. Like I'm basically, there's nothing on this brush, right? So what I'm going to do is I want to blend in. I'm lightly touching in between those. This is the tedious part. This is the tedious part. is blending in between those colors. So the first two colors I'm going in between are the orange and the pink, and I'm going from orange into pink, or from pink into orange, whichever way is more comfortable for you. All right, so I'm just going to, you see, I still have not added any more alcohol on my brush. I'm just moving it around. I'm also blending anywhere that I may have some of those white spaces that my squigglies didn't cover too much. See, like these white spaces right here. I'm blending those out between the pink and the orange first. And I'm also getting rid of basically that line, that original line that I drew that I didn't get rid of beforehand. All right, so see, now can you see where it's blended together? Let's see, why is that focusing? See where it's blending? Oh, thanks, Jerry. So again, I'm dipping my brush and I am rolling all of the excess off. So there's still a little on the brush, but it's not dripping at all. All right, so now we're back. See how we have all these white lines here? We're just gonna blend them out. We're gonna blend those between that orange and that pink. You don't want to get rid of your pink, but you want it to blend together a little bit so it doesn't look like you've drawn on it. So it just blows it out and it looks like tie-dye. So even over here where you don't have too much, you just want to dab over it a little bit, so it just gives it a little bit of blend. You don't really want to see white on your cup. You just want to blend it in a little bit. So it's kind of just giving that spiral explosion pattern. You guys can see? Are y'all seeing? Can y'all see? All right, and if it gets dry and it's not doing anything, dip your brush again, roll all of it, basically all of it off. Is that where I was? Where was I at? Oh, here we go. Sometimes I lose my space. And so this is what you're going to do, and you're going to do this between every color. So this is, I always go to the colors that are married to each other. So like this orange and this pink, I will do this one first. Then I will go to the pink and the purple because those marry each other and they blend in really nice. Then I'll go to purple and blue, etc., etc., etc. And it's basically blending these out into an outward pattern, like that tie-dye pattern. So you see where I'm going here? It's like explosion. Yes. It's like that outward explosion. So when you're finished with the whole thing, it'll look like it was actually spun, or it was actually for real tie-dyed. So just going right now, I'm just blending the pink and the orange and making sure they marry really nice together in the center between those two colors. Almost time for a little bit more alcohol. You don't want to use a lot of alcohol because it'll run and it'll ruin your squiggles, and you just spent all of this time on these squiggles. You'll be real mad if a big old drip a big old drip of this alcohol ruins these squiggles. See, that's a little bit too much. Alright. And I'll go back in. Make sure I go all the way around here just to keep with the pattern. Am I in the that we're coming out? Alright, so I'm going to go this way, turn it back over, and I'm blending again. See, I'm still on the orange and the pink. Less is more with the alcohol on your brush. Please keep that in mind, because I don't want you to ruin your perfectly squiggled squiggles, okay? You worked hard on these squiggles, and I don't want you to unsquiggle them. All right, so I have one little more spot right here where I want them blended. Here, blend it out a little bit here, and again here. All right, so now my orange and my pink have been totally blended. You can see the orange, where the orange and the pink marry, they're nicely blended. It doesn't look like squiggles anymore. It looks like tie-dye. So I'm gonna make sure that this is cleaned out. Wipe it off. So then I'm gonna move on to the next color, which is the pink and the purple. So right here, I'm just gonna make sure that they are lightly blended in between those two. So this is where the tedious comes in. Not so much the squiggles, but the blend. This is what's going to give you a really good looking tie-dye cup, is blending it. You could have left the squiggles if you were okay with that. I don't think it looks that bad, to be honest. If you didn't want to do this, you have a perfectly good tie-dye. This just gives it a little extra authenticity, I think, blending these colors together a little bit. Of course, if you don't want to blend them, don't blend them. There's no right way, wrong way, my way, highway, the only way. This is art. This is how you interpret it, how it looks good to you, the tools and the tips and the things that you've learned that you like to do. No one way, highway. Not here, not in art. I think my pink might have got lost somewhere a little bit in some of this orange, because I had so much orange in some of these places, but that's okay. Oh, that's what I shouldn't do. I knew I'd seen a, don't do that. I thought I seen a pattern on my cup, and I was like, where did that come from? Also, don't do that. Do y'all want to continue to watch this, or y'all think y'all are good on your own and y'all ready to get out there and give it a go? I can keep working as long as you guys want to keep watching. Not too much longer. We're about halfway through. I don't think you missed anything. Melissa, we still working? I'm just blending now. See this pattern right here? This is where this pattern came from. I was like, why does that look weird on my cup? Because the paper was wet with alcohol. And I looked up and I forgot where it was. Right here. And it smooshed it on there. Don't smoosh it. Don't smoosh it on there. If y'all want to keep watching, I can keep going. My pink is lost down here too. Can y'all see? Just trying to make sure I don't have any of those big white splotches. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off, guys. And I think my stomach is growling. This is the hardest part of this cup, is the blending part. And it's not that it's hard, it just takes a lot of time. Yes. Yes, there are. They are brand new today, in the store today. So this is what it looks like. There's a 12-pack and a 6-pack. I am using the colors out of the 12-pack for this cup. I gotta figure out where I left off. Right here. You can pick them up at mrnolasglitter.com today, and we have them on sale. Can y'all see that still? I'm able to show everything at one time. Alright, and I think that was all of that. Alright, we're going to move to the purple and the blue now. You're welcome. So we're going to do right here. We're going to blend the blue and the purple together. When I'm in these little small areas, I like to pull down the color I want more of. So in these little skinny areas, I'm going to pull from the blue into the purple, because I feel like the purple will take over if not. And it kind of does still a little bit with the alcohol. So it's just a little teeny tiny dab in between the colors, just to give them that little blown look. In the center, it's like really super concentrated because your swirls are really little, but it gets bigger, of course, as you work your way out in the swirl. Can y'all see that? Are y'all seeing this, or am I? Yeah, okay, just making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. And this is a perfect brush, this like long skinny brush kind of thing. Because it lets you really like get where you need to go. This is where my cup was leaning against that paper towel right there, and it gave it a really funky pattern. Don't like that. Phone's ringing. Can y'all see? So I can't wait for you guys to give this a try. I can't wait to see the colors that you pick, if you use the same colors or if you do whatever colors. I'd love to try it in some maybe like blues and purples or something. Blues, purples, and like a little bit of pink. That would be a pretty combination. Kind of like when you do tie-dye, like the red and the blue make purple type of thing. Kind of like traditional tie-dye color theory. Oh, son of a... what color? Where was I? I forgot where I was at. Here. I feel like I lost where I was. Here, I think. Just 2 more colors and we'll be good to go. Then you can see how it all ties together. No pun intended. Tie, tie-dye, tie together. I'm full of them. Same way with down here. A little tight because this was the smaller section where it started to get smaller. Did I already do this? I feel like I have already done this. No, I have not. There we go. One more little dab in there. Alright, and then did we do this one? God bless you. Alright, now, yes, absolutely. If you have vodka or Everclear or anything like that, you can use that the same. This is just, I have not bought any more. This is just stuff that I already had. So now we're going to do blue and green. My stomach is growling, I'm sorry. So can you guys see how it's blending together versus like up here it's not been blended right here, but like down here it blends together, so it's looking like that blown out. Yeah, I think any kind of alcohol ink would work. I mean, alcohol would work. Also, if you have a blending solution, that would probably work too. One of the blending solutions from either, I think, Tim Holtz and Marabu and Pinata all have a blending solution, would work the same. It would just cause you to blend it out a little bit. Again, you don't want to use a whole bunch because you're not trying to make them run together. I think I already did that. You just a little bit of blending them a little together. Just want to marry them together in the center just a little bit, so it looks more natural instead of your squiggles. That's why I like this long brush, because you'll be able to get just if you need to get way up there, you can drag some of that color down, but for the most part, if you're just dabbing it, dancing it across, a little bit more, it's going to blend it out really well. You might have to go back if you see some spots that you're like, I'm not really happy with that, there's too much white. You can definitely go back and spot blend. Again, you want to do it with virtually a dry brush, because too much alcohol is going to take your inks off, and it's going to give you a weird effect. We're almost done, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. So we just have two more to go. We're going to blend green and yellow together, and then the final, we're going to do the yellow and the orange. Doesn't take too long. It is kind of, like I said, it's kind of tedious, but the effect that you get is like really wow. Your customers will love it. You'll love it. It'll be one of your favorite things that you did. I know mine is. I did my first coat with a little bit of Silver Fox, our glitter additive, in the epoxy, and it's so not only is it rainbowy, but it's sparkly too. Just making sure there's no white spots down there. Blending these two together, it looks more natural. More like paint than a squiggly from a marker. And I promise you, this is, when people see it, they have no idea it's a marker. Right there, I forgot about this one. Alright, so one more color, and you're gonna be like, wazam! Oh, sorry, Melissa, I forgot to warn you. It's super busy. Don't go downstairs. Alright, so the next one was the yellow and the green. Blending out the yellow and the green. Actually, it was supposed to be orange and yellow. So let's do that. I want to work out. There we go. And we know it's going to get real tight through there. That's okay. Just getting rid of those really harsh lines, those harsh squiggles. And blending those right in between. They're getting married, they're getting married. You guys see? Just want to move it this way. When I look up, I forget where I'm at. I think it's here. There we go. Trying to get rid of that paper towel mark that I made. Alright, turn it back this way. Home stretch, home stretch. I'm going to flip it back this way. Let's make sure there's no weird white spots up here. Alright, one more color and she'll be done. Alright, so now we're going to blend out the green and the yellow. And then everything will be blended together, and it will no longer look like squiggly lines, but you will have yourself a tie-dye. Melissa, that was my door, not yours. A little bit lost up here, but that's okay on those little skinny sides. See how these look? These are your little hand-drawn squiggles. Watch. They are not squiggles no more. You have yourself a tie-dye. So hopefully this tutorial will help you. It will give you the confidence to try this. I have seen tie-dye cups for a long time. They have always intimidated me. I have tried with, like I said, every medium imaginable. And one of our sweet members in our Facebook group posted her tie-dye cup, and for the life of me I can't remember her name because my brain is Swiss cheese. But I reached out to her and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, that's pretty much the best tie-dye I've ever seen. And she was so nice to send me tips and little snippets of video how she does it. And I'll forever be grateful for her showing me this, because I was able to conquer one of my cup fears, which was this tie-dye cup. So I was super excited to finally be able to. My first one I was like, oh, that's good, that's okay. And then so now this is only my second one, and I'm like, I think I know how to do this. I think I know what I'm doing. A little bit better than I was the last time. All right. So we are almost finito, folks. Just got a couple little blends here, and then we got this one little spot here. So I just want to make sure all of these lines here don't look like marker. And same thing with here. Blend that one back. And this one. Same thing with down here. Make sure this orange and this green gets blended. This was where we started going back in and repeating our pattern in that one little spot. So make sure you blend that too. Oh, and I missed this little spot right here.
We were told to bust in on you.
Oh yeah, don't bust in on me. I'm almost done. Alright. That's my friend Courtney. She's bringing me her new puppy dog to meet. And then this is the last little spot right here. So then you can look around and see if you've missed anything. But guys, I think we did it. And this took me half the time as the first one took me. So I'm a little proud of that. But just for reference, now it's going to lighten up once you get it under epoxy. But there it is. This is the first one that I did. This is the big brother, and this is the little sister. So there you go, guys. I will wait to epoxy this until tomorrow. I won't seal it. I didn't seal this one, but if you can see, I don't know if you can really see in here, I added just a little bit of Silver Fox, one of our snowball glitters, into the top coat, so it gives it just a little glitter, just a little sparkle. And check out the shine on this. This is only the quick quick coat. This is the first layer. I love that epoxy. It's like smooth as glass. So this is what we created today. Let's see if I can bring it up. We created this one on the left, and we used these brand new markers from Marabu. They're available at mrnolasglitter.com. And they're on sale today. If you buy them today, you can catch them on sale. I promise you, these will be your most favorite alcohol ink markers that you've tried, guaranteed. I know I have used many brands, and these are super juicy, and I love them. They really give you what you really need. So, well, let's see. All right, so again, these are the markers. And so we have two different sets. This is the 12-pack that we have, and this is the 6-pack. I used the 12-pack. That's the one that has all the colors in it that I used for this cup. And this is the first one. I mean, this is the first one I did under epoxy. You can see that it lightens up a little bit. And this is the one we did today, which I think I might love it even more. And I can't wait to get this under epoxy. So if you guys liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If this is your first time watching and you made it all the way to the end, congratulations. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell so you can be notified next time I go live and do a video. Come check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Let us know where you found us, where you heard from us, and if you make your own tie-dye cup, let me know. I'd love to see it. All right? So thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye guys.